In the early 1980s, hip-hop was a hyper-local street movement. If you wanted to hear the music, you had to physically go to the community clubs and parks where it was being played. The artists of this era typically wore basic athletic tracksuits, and the music itself was mostly distributed as one-off, disjointed singles. Nobody back then was putting out cohesive, adult-oriented albums. Record executives at the time largely treated the genre as a passing novelty. They saw a children's fad, missing the potential for the culture to produce global superstars. Then, a trio from Brooklyn entered the scene. Jaleel, Ecstasy, and Grandmaster D called themselves Whodini. They engineered a new blueprint for rap royalty, the exact model that the music industry still relies on today. Their first move was conquering visual media. With the release of Magic's Wand, Whodini became the first rap act to produce a dedicated music video. They immediately followed that up with an international push, booking dates to become the first rap act to tour the UK and Europe. Back home, they upgraded live performances. Instead of a standard microphone check on a bare stage, they integrated the breakdance crew UTFO to turn their concerts into massive theatrical spectacles. By combining high-budget music videos with carefully choreographed global tours, Whodini proved that hip-hop could capture and sustain a massive international audience. To fill those international stadiums, they needed a new sound. They flew to London to record their album Escape, bringing along producer Larry Smith. This schematic shows how Smith structured the tracks. Lacking a mini-Moog synthesizer, he pivoted to R&B, synchronizing rigid drum machines with the live groove of a Fender Jazz bass. That combination pushed their music toward a polished, synth-based rhythm. The lyrical content evolved to match the production. On hits like Friends and Freaks Come Out at Night, they delivered relatable adult storytelling. This radio-friendly R&B fusion conquered mainstream black radio and provided the foundational DNA for the highly successful New Jack Swing genre that emerged a few years later. They also recognized that looking like adults meant dressing like them. While other groups were still wearing matching sweatsuits, Whodini showed up in silky upscale sportswear, designer sunglasses, and tailored leather. The centerpiece of their superstar image was Ecstasy, who made his wide-brimmed Zorro hat and leather shorts an iconic trademark. Driven by their new sound and high-fashion image, the Escape album became the first hip-hop release to break into the US Top 40 pop charts. It soon surpassed 1 million copies shipped, becoming one of the first rap albums certified platinum by the RIAA. By adopting the fashion and sales metrics of pop stars, Whodini proved that a rap group could thrive within the same commercial ecosystem as the era's biggest entertainers. Today, modern hip-hop is a global financial force, defined by R&B genre blending, high-fashion aesthetics, cinematic music videos, and massive stadium tours. This status quo follows the specific model Whodini introduced in 1984, converting a regional street sound into a polished, visual-first industry. You can trace that influence directly through the massive list of 90s rap legends who built their own hits by sampling Whodini's catalog. Nas lifted their choruses and thematic concepts to anchor his most successful singles. Tupac Shakur relied heavily on their smooth, instrumental bass lines to drive his storytelling, and Public Enemy sampled their rigid drum beats to build their dense production style. The industry eventually caught up to their contributions, formally recognizing them at the VH1 Hip Hop Honors and inducting them into the Long Island Music Hall of Fame. Long before hip-hop produced billionaires or global stadium tours, Whodini established the infrastructure for how rap superstars are presented to the world.